Epic Energies going crazy about Randy Pitchford. Let's see what he's got to say.
If you think being bullied by Epic NG is crazy, wait until you see the cyberbullying charade we got going on today, gamers, because Randy Pitchford is having a generational meltdown. This man is crashing out on Twitter, and typically I wouldn't talk about this, not because I'm Mega Shill 101, but because it's just not worth my time. But the Borderlands movie obviously is doing horrible. It is probably the worst rated movie from audiences and critics within the last 5 to 10 years. That is not an exaggeration, and while I actually did enjoy the movie, I can also acknowledge that the movie is bad. You can enjoy bad things, and I enjoyed the Borderlands movie. The rest of the internet did not, and it is getting slammed. It has completely bombed, and most people are taking this on the chin. They are accepting that this was always going to happen, except for one person. Randy Pitchford has been on an absolute...
and putting it in your video. Imagine dying in Borderlands 3 and putting it in the video.
Responding to every single person who has had something remotely negative about the Borderlands movie to say on Twitter, basically challenging their opinion, asking if they actually watched the movie, and boy, let me tell you, it's not going down too well.
Epic Energy, I know you're watching right now. In the future, when you put shit up on the screen like that, blur the gameplay in the background so we can focus on what's being shown on the screen. See how that's like really jarring when everything's in focus together with that?
Let me tell you, it's not going down too well. My favorite one here is where this guy says, Randy, put the fent down and lock in, and Randy says, what's fent? But all jokes aside, Randy is being very defensive about this. And I want to say before we go any further, I do have empathy for Randy. Randy, if you are watching, I do have legitimate...
Are you using a fire weapon against the pyrotech heavy?
Empathy for you. It is clear that regardless of what the internet thinks about this movie, it means a lot to you. And I'm sure, despite what people are going to say, even in the comments of this video, you did put a lot of yourself and your time and effort into making the movie.
Fire.
Unfortunately, this is the internet, and people don't care about that. So why am I bringing all of this up? Well, I mentioned in my review of the movie that I had been blocked by Randy Pitchford on Twitter just recently after I posted a tweet where I basically questioned the direction of the movie, asking why the vault was just randomly placed in the middle of a canyon. As soon as I made this tweet, I noticed that Randy blocked me, and I didn't really understand why. I have been the one person on Twitter who has actually been defending the Borderlands movie. I've been called a shill over the past 2 weeks more than I have in the past 2 years, and I get it. I mean, I have legitimately been defending this movie, even going as far as saying that, again, I enjoyed it. But Randy blocked me for my tweets, and I was not losing sleep over it, and I still am not losing sleep over it.
This is the second video you've made about it.
But I'm making this video because something even crazier happened. So today, while I was out buying legitimately every copy of Borderlands 2 from the local GameStop, I came across a tweet from Paul Tassi where Paul Tassi had also been blocked by Randy Pitchford.
Damn! He blocked Paul Tassi! Oh, shit! Not Paul Tassi from Forbes! He's like the biggest looter-shooter media guy out there. Everybody knows Paul Tassi. He be shilling for Bungie and Randy, bro.
Seemingly for his coverage of the Borderlands movie, where he has just been essentially trashing it. Now, regardless of whether or not
Paul Tassi, he's from Forbes. He's the guy on Forbes that covers all the looter-shooter games.
You think it's fair for Randy to block him, or whether or not it's fair for Paul to cover the movie the way he has, it is clear that Randy did not take kindly to the way that Paul had been talking about it, and as such, he blocked him. Now, this wasn't too crazy to me, sorry Paul, but blood, you'll get over it, because I just thought this was like another journalist getting blocked. I was like, you know what, probably not a good idea.
He's gonna talk about K6 getting blocked, isn't he?
To block Paul Tassi, pretty influential guy, and also in the grand scheme of things, his coverage of your movie isn't the end of the world. But then I saw something that knocked my socks off and sucked my cock off. This blew me away.
That's the first time I've ever actually, like, legitimately laughed at one of Epic NNG's. He said, "Knocked my socks off and sucked my cock off." Okay, all right, I like that. That's we're seeing a new side of Epic NNG here. Let's see. Let's see what we got.
Randy Pitchford blocked Killer 6 on
we were talking about this shit earlier, bro. This motherfucker blocked the shills, bro. Look at him pointing right at you, too. He's like, "I blocked you."
on Twitter, who has also been defending the movie. Now, boys, I would love to tell you exactly what got K6 blocked, what was the trigger moment, the final straw for Randy to block him. I have no idea.
It was the 6.5 out of 10.
Maybe he called the movie mid at some point, but like, this is crazy for many reasons. First of all, it's K6. If you don't...
Bro, K6 has been the biggest Borderlands and Gearbox shill for the last, like, 10 years. And to see Randy knee-jerk reaction... Remember, guys, that knee-jerk reaction when he was blocking people like B Flattened and them... Termex, and now he's getting the taste of the fucking same treatment, and it's such a big deal, isn't it, Epic, to be getting treated exactly the way you've been treating people the last fucking 5 years, right? Is that it? You're surprised that it? Newsflash, it hurts when you support a company for 5 years and make them all sorts of money hand over fist, advertising for free. Even if you're not getting paid, you're still advertising for them for free. And fucking, then they just cut you off because you say the Waddle Gobbler's trash. Bro, I gave glowing reviews of every single Headhunter pack except for the fucking Waddle Gobbler, but that was the moment that Randy cut ties for me. Same fucking thing.
Know who K6 is in the Borderlands community, you've probably been living under a rock. He is the second biggest creator of all time within this community.
That is not true. He would actually be the third biggest creator of all time. Yote Slayer would be number 1, Jolts would be number 2, and maybe even Fighting Cowboy might be number 3, but I'll give him the number 3 spot. Alright?
And has been covering the game since Borderlands 2. He has been invited to reveal events and shook hands.
He was actually at the fucking reveal for the Hollywood movie premiere with Randy. There's pictures of him with Randy, so you know he knew who he was blocking. There's no way you could walk that back.
With Randy Pitchford, taken pictures with Randy Pitchford. For God's sakes, Randy Pitchford shouted him out.
Yeah, no. Yote was so big in our community that Jolt still hasn't passed Yote's sub count. Surely Goth was above K6? No! Goth didn't blow up until after we left the Borderlands community for Destiny. So Goth was actually smaller in the Borderlands community than I was back in the day. Goth would be a lower level Borderlands content creator back in the day. He didn't really blow up until Destiny. So even though he's known for Borderlands these days, he's not well known in the Borderlands community as he is in the Destiny community.
On stage during the Borderlands 3 reveal. On top of that, he just recently got to meet Randy Pitchford again at the Borderlands movie premiere. He was
That's what I was just saying. It's just there 5 days ago.
Literally invited to. So Randy Pitchford blocking him is wild. Quite literally wild. We have gone off the charts here. We're not smoking crack anymore. We're sniffing, chewing, and swallowing. It is such a worrying reality.
You cannot sniff crack. You can sniff cocaine. But once you metabolize that bitch into fucking crystals, you can eat it. And it'll get you fucked up. But it also fucking kill holes in your stomach and shit. But, you know, that's a whole big fucking...
And I just quickly want to touch on this in particular. I believe that Randy Pitchford almost was the sole reason Borderlands 3 had one of the worst launches, period, when it launched back in 2019.
So now we're saying that Borderlands 3 had a shitty launch? I've been saying this shit for years. This is the whole reason I leaked the battle pass, was because I gave them 3 months to fix the fucking game, or I was gonna leak the roadmap.
The whole events of what went down on Twitter beforehand. Now, seeing all of this happening and knowing how close we are to Borderlands 4, all I can think is that history is repeating itself, because he has quite literally now blocked 2 of the people who have been responsible for carrying the Borderlands name on YouTube for the past couple of years, while the games have had pretty much none.
Is he lumping himself into that category as one of the people that's carried the Borderlands franchise? Because I'm going to tell you, Epic NG, outside of your Vanillic Puma videos, in fact, I'll show you right here, right? We're in an incognito window. I'm not signed in. If you type in Epic NG, your first thing is Vanillic Puma and then Drama and MorninAfterKill. You're only known because of us. That's it. You're not known for anything else besides your air ducts mod. Outside of that. That's it. Your highest video on your channel is literally name dropping Jolts.
Hey, what is
is literally name dropping Jolts. Right there. Your highest video on your channel is just a name drop, bro. And all your best fucking videos are all because of fucking Vanillic Puma and the drama that I fucking kicked up about that. So get the fuck out of here.
Nothing going for them. Just do a quick little accolade breakdown here. When Borderlands 3 was in absolute shambles because they didn't listen to the community, K6 was the one who got a bunch of features implemented into the game, saving it from the rest of the community.
Bro, Mayhem 2.0 is absolute fucking trash. Alright? It did not save the game at all. In fact, after the Mayhem 2.0 fucking patch, they dropped all the bullshit fucking Season 2 DLC, which killed the game. So, no, that game fucking was saved because I leaked the fucking battle pass. Alright, there was a bunch of people that were ready to fucking leave the game, and if they dropped the battle pass in February like they were going to, it would have killed the game.
Abandoning it when Tiny Tina's Wonderlands completely broke down because it had nothing going for it past the first playthrough. It was myself and my team who created one of the most popular
Okay. Wonderland's air ducts. Bro. Your download is 46,000 downloads. Bro. You didn't save nothing. You have 46,000 downloads on the Redux mod. Like, you're ignoring the fact that 2/3 of the people that buy Borderlands games are on console. Alright? So, say Wonderland sold 1 million copies on PC, and that's a generous fucking amount, right? Say they sold 1 million copies on PC. You're literally like less than fucking 1% of the fucking people that fucking played that game on PC. Actually, it'd probably be like 5%. It's a very, very small amount. So you should probably kind of deflate that ego there a little bit, especially when we search your name and the fucking what we get is Vanillic Puma, Drama, MorninAfterKill. Yeah, you're fucking, this is not on my, this is an incognito window too, mind you. This is not my fucking search results or algorithm at all. But yeah, no, that's you, bro. You only live, and your highest viewed videos because Jolts entered your game. You only live off of other people's name, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Borderlands mods of all time. And these are the people that Randy is blocking on Twitter for simply talking.
No, the highest downloaded Borderlands mod of all time would be Gib Save Editor.
About the movie, like in regards to the grand scheme of coverage this movie has had, the comments made by myself and K6 are nothing. Now, I will...
He's not wrong. The comments that K6 and Epic NG have been team by comparison, and they shouldn't have been blocked by Randy for them. But it's hilarious that they were.
Say, again, to block Portassi over the stuff he posted is perfectly fair. Whether you like it or not, it is up to Randy at that point. Portassi has been negative about the movie, and I do just want to say, for the record, this isn't me coming up Portassi. He is well within his right to do that, because this movie is getting fucking trashed by everybody right now. So he's hardly in the minority.
See, this is what I hate about these motherfuckers. They just sit on the fence. He's like, it's well within Randy's right to block him, but it's well within his right to fucking trash this movie because everybody else is. It's like, bro, fucking take your fucking criticism. You're a CEO of a company, and you're blocking media people because you don't like what they have to say. Cry a fucking river.
Of people going at the Borderlands movie right now. But nonetheless, Randy took offense to this and blocked Portassi too, which again is still just crazy. This is journalism. You made a movie to be consumed by journalists and not yes men.
Exactly. But here's the problem, is Gearbox has been so used to operating in a vacuum full of yes men that they forgot what it was like to have actual valid criticism. And now that I've called all that shit out the last year, and they couldn't buy any of the opinions of the fucking community, and K6, Jolts, and Epic couldn't hype this movie up without looking like a fucking shill, we got to see what the actual community thinks of your garbage now. Welcome to the real world, Randy. It fucking sucks. Life's unfair. The world's mean. But guess what? Your movie sucks.
And if this is the kind of thing you're trying to facilitate online, I truly worry for what is going on at your studio and the people that you have on your left and right.
What do you mean? You already know that he facilitates and surrounds himself with yes men. You're one of them. K6 is one of them. Jolts is one of them. Do you think I'm really lying when I'm telling you that they've been paying these motherfuckers for years? No. I'm actually telling you that K6 and Jolts has been on fucking Gearbox's payroll for years.
What's even crazier is that not long before these blocks took place, Randy Pitchford quite literally quote-tweeted Gas Mask and said, "Is this a sentiment anyone else shares? Should the movie have just done a one-to-one retelling of the Borderlands 1 story? This platform lets someone like me hear from someone like you, which is cool. Thank..."
He likes Little Gas Mask because Little Gas Mask's a young kid and Randy likes him young.
Thanks in advance for your helpful and constructive feedback, and then goes on to block people who are just talking about the movie and providing that feedback. It is so sad. It is so pathetic. This man is turning into the Elon Musk of the Borderlands community beyond our very eyes, and it is just so...
Newsflash! He has been like this for years! This is what happened to me! Randy fucking used to talk to me on Twitter all the fucking time until I talked shit about the fucking Waddle Gobbler. And then he said that he compared me saying the Waddle Gobbler was awful to beating kids. And that fucking I made developers cry to sleep at night.
Sad to see. Like, this isn't me trying to take pot shots at Randy.
I have never taken a paycheck from Gearbox. They tried to buy me back in the fucking pre-sequel days, and then during the Borderlands 3 days, they tried to fucking offer me a contract, and I told them, no, I don't want to be on their payroll.
And tried to make him feel...
The only way I will take money from Gearbox is if they buy my stories off me to use in Borderlands.
Lesser about himself. I know that a lot of people are trying to do that right now. That's perfectly fine. But my point of view on this is that this is very bad.
Well, it's been bad for business. Randy has been doing this for the last decade, Epic. And this is what I've been trying to tell you. That if you do not get along, then it's time for you to go along. Gearbox will cut ties with you no matter how long you've been fucking with them if you do not give them the criticism that they want. Not the criticism they deserve, the criticism they want.
for PR, to block people in your community who have been trying their best to do everything to keep your community afloat in a time where this is going viral now. The hate for the Borderlands movie is going viral, and that's...
And this is why I said right now, you know, Jolts Dude, K6, Epic NG, all y'all motherfuckers out there that been hating on me because I've been calling this shit out for the last year, and actually for the last 5 years I've been fucking talking about this shit. Now is the time, because we have so many eyes on the Borderlands community. Now's the time to hold Borderlands 4 hostage and tell them that we're not supporting it unless they fix the older games, because we have so many people looking at our community right now.
Something like this is probably just going to get worse for you.
If you ever wanted to get change in the Borderlands community, now's the time to do it.
You to go out and then block these people is just unbelievable. And
it's unhinged. And I've said this before, Randy Pitchford is unhinged. When you say something Randy Pitchford doesn't like, he becomes unhinged.
Really makes me wonder how approachable you're going to seem to people now in the future because of it. And it's also a question about morals too, right? And also your values. Like, do you actually value people's feedback if you're just going to block them right after?
How about valuing them as a person in the time they've put in and the loyalty they've shown you over the years? No, Randy Pitchford throws that shit to the wind and just blocks you and throws you away like you're a piece of trash because you're just the fucking ends to the means. Means to the end.
Do you actually want to see any changes made to the franchise or the movie that just came out when you're reacting to people's feedback like this? I understand that there are trolls on the internet, but I'm not going to pretend like that is all of the people he's blocking. There has definitely been some stray shots, and it's one of these situations which just makes me smack my head and go, what are we doing? The best possible scenario for this, in my opinion, is for Randy Pitchford to walk away from Twitter for a while and then just come back.
Bro, we've been saying Randy Pitchford needs to get away from the Borderlands franchise for a long time. It's like... it's one of the first things that I've been saying. It's like one of the biggest, like, fucking points I've been making. Is Randy Pitchford needs to get away from Gearbox. And if not, then the Borderlands franchise needs to be taken away from Gearbox and given to another developer.
Back and zip it. Just stay quiet, because at this point with Borderlands 4 around the corner, the last thing we need is for him to tank the reputation of the game before it comes out, and then it potentially leading to layoffs like what happened with Bungie recently. The last thing
That is exactly what's going to happen, because you're going to see a lot of people that refuse to support Borderlands 4 because of the fucking movie. Why would anybody want to give Gearbox any more money when you've taken all of our money over the last 15 years and spent it on that garbage? Literally $150 million is exactly like how much the Borderlands has made in profit over the last fucking 15 years. So, good job. Good job on spending all your money on this fucking piece of shit.
I want is a carbon copy Pete Parsons running his mouth before laying off 200 employees because the game isn't selling well. I know that might seem hyperbole, but with the virality of the movie coverage right now, it would...
Hyperbole? You mean hyperbole? Now, normally I don't make fun of somebody for using a word that they learned by reading. You know, usually when somebody says a word wrong, it's because they learned it by reading. But I have never heard anybody use the word hyperbole as hyperbole. The movie has made $4 million. $4 million across 4,000 theaters, which is about $10,000 per theater. And they spent $150 million on this garbage. Kevin Hart got paid $22 million for this movie, and they didn't even make that back.
Would not surprise me if something like this happens. But that's it. I just wanted to rant about that. I typically wouldn't make videos about this kind of thing, but it's just...
Yes, that's including the advertising budget, I think. I think it was like $120 million on the movie and $30 on the advertising.
Becomes so stupid. It's like playground level stuff at this point, and it doesn't need to be. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below, and I'll check you in the next one.